Here's my life story. I'm a very lucky person. I was adopted at 3.5 months of age by a couple who were loving and intelligent people and really able to love someone else's child. They had waited quite a few years and been on a list with Catholic Charities for a long time, even back in the 50s before they got me, and they were really appreciative and grateful to be able to be parents. A couple of months after adopting me, my mother got pregnant and had my sister Mary. She was 36 years old at the time, and that was amazingly late in age back in those days for somebody to have a child, especially their first child, and her only, as it turned out. So I got to grow up with a sister, and in a household where it was open. My adoption was open and talked about. They didn't really know details about my life. They shared what little information they had and loved to tell the story. So at any rate, I guess the other thing I want to say is that I got to do work that I really loved in my life too, and I'm so grateful for that I had a family that really fostered that, supported me in taking piano lessons and in going to college, and then I went on to graduate school, and we had our share of craziness too, but largely good. I'm really proud of my mother. She put herself through college at Columbia University at night, 8 years at night, while working full time. So this is me, my mother, and my sister. That's me. And we're in Lavalette, definitely. When I was maybe 8, my parents bought their first house in Lavalette. It was a big thing. We were so excited. I'm probably a little older than that there. My mother, I'm sure, was wearing a kerchief because it was windy, and that's sort of how she was. And we were probably up at the top of the block. The house was on Princeton Avenue in Lavalette, on the boardwalk, just sitting on the bench. I'm sure my father took the picture. He loved taking pictures. He had his own developing room in the basement, and mostly they were in slides, like cases and cases of slides. But yeah, that's us in Lavalette. So this is my mother, Ruth. Technically my adoptive mother, but the person who did the job and who feels to me like my mother. She's the daughter of that little girl in the last picture. She grew up Ruth Gertrude Harmson. She was named middle name after her mother, who was Gertrude, and her last name was Harmson, and then her married name ended up being Ruth Razza. She was super, super smart bookworm. She was an only child. She was skipped twice. So God knows what she would have been when she graduated high school, like 15 or something. And that's how young she is in this picture, even though she does not look young. It's just because of the styles. And she said it was very hard for her socially, actually being skipped, because she was kind of quiet and retiring.
And she was young.
Right, she was young. She really felt like she wasn't up to what other girls were doing, as far as like dating. And
did she turn out to be an educator as well?
She did. So she was so super smart, but her parents didn't have enough money for her to go to college, which back then, she graduated, I don't even know. She was born in 1921, so I don't know what year she would have graduated high school, but one of the teachers helped her and said, you can get a scholarship. You're smart enough. Your parents have the money. So helped her apply, and she got a full ride to Bryn Mawr in Pennsylvania, which was a women's college at the time. Full ride, lived there, tuition, psyched out of her mind, ran home, told her parents, and her mother said, you can't go. You have to stay here and work and help support us. Because her father had lost his job. He had worked at Tiffany's since he was like 11 or something, and lost it in the Depression. Her mom had stopped teaching and didn't think she should go back and teach because she thought it would look bad that her husband was out of work and she had to, but it was fine. So my mother passed it up, went to work, but applied to Columbia. Columbia had a special name for the women's college, but because she had to go at night, she was actually in Columbia University. It took her 8 years. She worked, she supported her parents, and she sent herself to Columbia University at night for 8 years and got her bachelor's in psychology.
My gosh, I know. That's sort of how you got into the profession.
And while she was working, she worked at the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company in New York. That's where she met my dad. That's where he
Okay.
Yeah, and then years later, after marrying him, adopting me, having my sister, she went back and made up the credits that she needed for teaching because she figured, all right, now that the kids are in school, I want to do something. And she became a second grade teacher till her retirement.
Oh, second grade, the little ones.
Yep.
And look, she's got a little pin on. She's got like a little lapel pin or something.
It does look like that. It does look like that.
Oh,
That's exactly how I remember her.
I even like the circular glasses.
I know, right? She wore glasses from a very young age, which
Yeah.
was like 4, when she was.
Oh my God! Can you imagine what she would have become
Oh my
had she been having the
Oh my
opportunity
God. Can you imagine that same woman, that grandmother who I loved, was like, no, you have to stay here. And, yeah. This is my grandmother, my mother's mother, Gertrude, when she was a little girl. She was Gertrude Ortel, and then her married name was Harmson. They were just, but everybody in her family was an educator. She became a teacher. Her brother, my uncle Fred, with the watch, was I think he was a superintendent of schools eventually. She was born in 1885.
Now, where is this taken? What state?
You know, it would be in New Jersey.
Okay.
They lived in New Jersey, in like Weehawken or something. That's where she was born.
Look at the bangs.
I know. And she ended up living with us when I was maybe 7 years old. She moved in with us. My grandfather had died. My father finished the whole upstairs, which had just been an attic, and made a bedroom, a living room, a bathroom. And she lived to be almost 96.
Wow.
And in perfect shape.
Yeah.
In perfect shape, her intellect, her physical ability. And I loved having her there with us. I was so excited.
I'm noticing there's like these dark shoes or boots of some kind. I mean, isn't that funny?
Yeah. I think that might have just been. I mean, she was born in 1885, and she's got to be under 5 years old. This is the 1800s.
That's what I'm
like
saying. She's got this beautiful dress, and then she's got these dark boots on.
That must have been it. I'm sure this was a professional photographer that took this picture.
Yeah.
Like just from the look
Now,
of
were
it.
they wealthy?
No. Nope. No, they weren't wealthy.
gosh.
They were just. But everybody in her family was an educator. She became a teacher. Her brother, my uncle Fred. These 2 pictures in this frame, my father had on his dresser my whole life. That's me with my, there, the little girl, with my grandfather, my father's father.
What's his name?
And his name was John Razza. That's my dad's father.
Look how little you were.
And me, and I'm like,
Did you have red hair?
Yeah, just like JoJo. And that's my grandmother, my father's mother. Her name was Conchetta, which is like Constance or Connie.
What does she have in her lap?
I think it's a Christmas present. It must have been Christmas.
I thought it was an ornament or something.
It could be. Not sure myself.
Look at the sweater and the dress.
Yeah. He died when I was little, probably maybe 4. And she died when I was in 8th grade. And they both were immigrants from Sicily, but they got married here in this country. They had both come over as kids with their families, and their families knew each other.
Did they speak English?
Yeah, they spoke English, but my grandmother, I always remember having a very strong accent. They really had to pay attention.
Yeah.
Their families had another set of siblings, like she had a brother who married his sister.
Oh,
so
that happened a lot back then.
Yeah. So my father had double cousins. They had the different last names. Her last name had been Marinello, and his was Razza. So they had the Marinello cousins.
So this is where the Razza name comes from?
Yes, from him, from Sicily.
Wow, that's cool.
This is me and my father on the beach in La Valette. My parents had houses, first one, and then they bought 2 more. We always felt really lucky as kids, but I'm sure I'm in my 20s there. And I don't know, he must have just come up to tell me something because they didn't hang out on the beach. And somebody nabbed a picture of the 2 of us. Oh my God. My father had this label maker. He was like a fanatic. He would label everything, so OCD. And I guess I saved these. I never pulled them apart because he would have been giving me these, like, you put them on your things, you put them on your jewelry box, you put them on your whatever, your book bag. Yeah, that's a good Vinnie Razza memory right there. So this jewelry box, also a music box, I don't know if it'll play. Oh, it's playing a little. My sister and I had gone into the city once a year, even before Take Your Daughter to Work Day or whatever. It's a long time ago. My father would bring us into the city and spend the whole day with him at work and have lunch and everything. And he took us to some store and let us pick these out. So we each got these music boxes and I saved it all these years. And as a kid, I would put pictures in it of like my friends when we got the school pictures. So that's what this is. This is Mary, my sister that I grew up with as a little kid. And here's another Mary picture. This was my best friend, Margaret, in elementary school. This was another good friend in Lavalette, Joanne. Oh my God, Billy Coulthard. These are like high school pictures. I don't know if you want all this stuff.
It's just
Billy
interesting.
Coulthard, yeah.
So was he like
That was my-
a good friend or somebody that you were
Well-
sweet on?
No, I wasn't, but she was my.
Look at the hair. Look at the hair on this guy.
Yeah.
And the sideburns.
Right. This girl, Liz, was a really good friend of mine, and she went out with him and took a prom with him.
Wow, top hat and
that's-
everything.
This was another friend in high school, Elaine Benino. Oh my God. This was my house. That's the house I grew up in. And the old
Where's
car,
this?
This is in Palisades Park.
Mm-hmm.
And who is that?
It looks like a younger person, like a teenager.
Yeah, it could be me as a teenager,
I was
or
wondering
it's
that.
either me or Mary. That's me in a very blissful life moment with Callahan, my grandson, when he was just born. Maybe he's a week or two old there, and he's just sound asleep on me. I'm at Devin and Spencer's apartment in the dorm at the George School. That's where they lived when he was born.
Just
I love that picture.
and look at the little hand on your shoulder.
Oh my God. That
You
is-
love the smell, don't you?
Oh my God, right, their little
You could
heads.
just sniff their head all day. He's
Oh.
so bald.
I know. I would go once a week when that first year before they moved up to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And
Your hair all
take
flowy.
care. I know, right? My hair was doing the right thing there just by chance. So here's a picture of me with the kids. Cal's little boy, he's got to be 2. And JoJo was just born. I mean, she's still a baby. I don't know, probably a couple of months at that point. And also in my glory, getting to be there with both of them.
And where were you?
This is at Devin's house in New Hampshire. They
Okay.
had made the move. JoJo was actually born in New Hampshire.
Uh-huh.
Cal was born in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is a picture of Espy. And look how sweet she looks. She doesn't look at all like she is a deadly killer. And just,
Oh, that whistle.
and how much are you dying to want to touch that Espy?
All my life. What is? Look at it.
All right, go ahead. Oh, she. Are they all coming?
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2. that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me,
Say,
every day
Wilson!
remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
Ready? Why? It's so cute. Why? Am I ruining a moment? That's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. You can count on me, 'cause I can count on you.
Oh, my turn? Thank you. All right. Oh, like this way? Okay. Oh, with my feet. I have to take my slippers off, okay? All right, I'm ready. Yeah, put it in front of my... Okay.
She wants you to give me the phone.
Okay.
All right, let's
Mommy's
watch Nana.
All right, get ready, guys.